Okay, today I'm talking to Mr. George Cook the fourth, and my topic for my fieldwork assignment was existentialism is a humanism, and it's coming from Jean-Paul Sartre. Um, what he's saying in this paper is that our existence precedes our essence. He's saying that we as humans are born and we don't have a purpose in life. We Our purpose come as we live life. It's like we kind of create the purpose for our lives. We define ourselves and our lives after we are born. So we're not created with a purpose. So do you agree that our existence, it precedes our essence? Do you agree with what he's saying, the statement he made?
I disagree. Because everyone has a purpose in life. And I know some people may say that they don't. We just here. But we wasn't born by chance. We wasn't born just because. Before the world began, there was a purpose already in place and put in place.
By who?
By God. For man, for every being, everything on earth. See, for one thing, how you think about it. Think about a car. A car wasn't just built just out of the blue just because. But there was a purpose for that car. Before a car was built, people was walking. So man thought about, okay, we need to get from here to there. So there was a purpose of creating the car. Just the same thing as people. There was a purpose already put in place before we were born. We were born, and then we have to come into our purpose.
And that's okay. So you saying we are born, then we have to come into our purpose.
But what I'm saying is there is a purpose beforehand.
Okay, see, and that's okay. When you brought up the car, he's the way he in his paper he's saying that yes, like cars, things like a car or like a paper cutter or stuff like that. Yes, they're created with a purpose. Before they actually get created, they already know it has a purpose. It serves a purpose. But what he's saying is man doesn't. We're not created for a purpose. We define our purpose or we come into our purpose as we go on. Like we have to create it. We have to find it. Find out what our purpose is in life as we live life.
That's true. We do have to find what our purpose is. But like I said, there's a purpose already in place.
Before you're born. Before we exist.
Before you even exist.
Okay.
Purpose doesn't come after. It's like you're not born and then purpose is put in place. No, purpose was already put in place. Then you're born. Then you have to find out what your purpose is.
Okay, and what makes you where how did you arrive to that is the question that
I use for reference in the Bible, Jeremiah 1:5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, I ordained thee. So, in other words, even before you was formed in your mother's womb, God had already knew exactly who you was going to be, what you was going to look like, what you was going to do in life, the mistakes you was going to make, the success you was going to have, what you actually were going to be. But the kicker is we all have a choice in life of what we want to be, what we want to do.
okay.
Because we have free will. God gives free will. He doesn't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. But just like in anything, when you do something or you don't do something, there are consequences.
Okay, and by you saying that, that's what he covers in. He said man is freedom. Freedom is man. So he's saying we're free to choose we make the choices in our life. We're free to choose whatever we want to do, and if we have success in our life, it's because we chose to have success. But if we fail, it's because we chose to fail. It's like we didn't do anything to reach our, I guess, our essence, our purpose. So we actually like fail in life. We can't go blaming we failed because God or not just God, but we failed because somebody else, the stuff wasn't there for us to succeed. But he's saying it's because you chose not to do it. Like say, like on a job, for you to get promotions, it's things you have to do. So if you choose not to do the things in a job, to get the promotion, and you fail to get the promotion, you can't blame somebody else, right? So that's what he's saying. We all have the right. We make the choices in our life. So we're defining our purpose in life. We're defining our lives. There's no other being, or no God, no anything that defines that for us, or we're born with it. It's we have to find it. We have to make the choices and get to that point. So you're saying you believe though that the purpose is already there before we even are born, because you come from a spiritual standpoint. But a person that doesn't believe in God or religion, and this is what John Paul Sartre, he's an atheist, so he doesn't believe that. He's believing that we are the creator of our being. We create whatever goes on in our life. It's us, it's mankind, it's humans. There's no nothing else.
Okay.
It's like we're responsible for it.
For one thing, yes. We do have some sort of claim to fame of the choices we make, but we're not totally in control of our lives. Because for one thing, we don't hold the keys to life or death.
Okay.
We can't say, I want to live for 99 years, and we live for 99 years. Or I want to die at 25, and I die at 25. We don't hold those kind of keys to, and we don't hold that kind of control over our life. So yes, there are certain parts to your life that you have somewhat input in, but total control that we don't have. We can make choices, but still our choices are still restricted.
Okay.
Because if, say for instance, I want to be a fireman, and I choose to be a fireman, but for some odd reason, I never make it to be a fireman. Evidently, God didn't want me to be a fireman. He had a greater assignment for me to do. He had something better for me to do.
Okay.
Maybe me being a fireman didn't meet my purpose. What I'm saying. Sometimes the choices we make don't meet our purpose in life.
Okay, so being that you're saying that means still the responsibility lies on you to define what your life turns out to be. Because you saying choices we make, we can make a choice, and that choice is not. If you see you coming from a spiritual point, you're like, that's not what God had for you. So you don't meet that because it's not the choice that He had. But you made a choice to go after it. It wouldn't be that you made the choice and you didn't go through with it that kept you from being it. So it would be your responsibility, right, to get to that point.
I would say also it's pretty much like if being a fireman, that's totally what you desire, and that's not what He had for you, where you can be the fireman. But that means you pretty much settling for less than what he may have for you.
So that's like you defining your life.
Yes.
Okay, so that okay.
But like I said, there are consequences to our choices.
Yes.
Either you choose to live your life the way you want to live it, or live according to how He wants you to live it.
Okay, and that's
and
true.
For an unbeliever.
Okay.
And I stay strictly on it, because a lot of times people want to want you to they want you to sway in what you believe and kind of go outside and just talk in general. But me being a spiritual minded person, I have to stay spiritual minded.
Okay.
Some things are naturally minded, but some things are spiritually minded.
Mm-hmm.
This situation, totally spiritual, because when you're talking about existing in purpose, what precedes another, that goes into kind of in a spiritual aspect.
Okay. Well,
Because being that God was the very first on earth, God created the earth. God created everything.
and okay.
Man didn't create nothing until God allowed man to do things. But still, it was because of God giving man the knowledge and the ability to do things.
Okay, and okay, so you said for the fact that you're coming from a spiritual, what got you into? Did you just choose to believe in this yourself, or was it a reason why you chose to believe in God and stuff? Was it like it was taught to you? I mean,
I'm glad you said it, because in life, like I said, you're born. You don't know your purpose. You have to find your purpose. So therefore, yes, some things you're being taught. But still, after you've been taught, it's up to you to even want to still believe what you've been taught or not to believe.
So it's the choice is
still
yours.
your choice.
Yeah.
But the consequences come after that, whether you believe or not, still falls on you. It doesn't fall on nobody else but you.
Okay, so that's right. That's what the point is.
Yes, you can't go blame God because I chose to be a fireman and something happens. No, you chose to go be a fireman. That's not what he wanted you to do, so you can't blame him.
You have to blame yourself.
You got to blame yourself.
So responsibility on your
even
choices.
choosing the things he wants you to do. You still can't go blame God because he told you to be a policeman and that's what you chose to do, but you wanted to be a fireman. But you chose the policeman because that's what God wanted you to do, and things didn't work out the way you wanted to in the beginning. That was your choice. You could have went against what he said and went strictly for your desire. Okay. In other words, no matter what you do in life, whether you follow your own way or you follow the way of God, there's always going to be consequences. But the consequences are different, and the level of consequences are different. His way or your way. You either suffer great or you suffer less.
So and to sum it up, you're saying there's a purpose that God has before He creates us, right? But it's up to us to find that purpose once, through life. Once we're born, it's up to us to find that purpose, right?
You have to find that purpose. You're not born into purpose.
So
you have to find it. Purpose is in place before you're born, but you still have to find it.
Okay, so you're saying the essence do precede the existence, but you still, once the existence comes, you have to find the essence, is what you're saying.
You have to find it.
Okay. All right.
Because no man, after you're born, you don't know who you are. You don't know what you want to be right off the bat when you're born. You pretty much don't know anything of nothing. It's just a guessing game.
Exactly.
Until you come to grow and find exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and where I should go.
So by you saying that though, you agree with what he says. Existence precedes essence. Because you just said it. You said when you're born, you don't know what you're gonna be.
Yeah.
But so it's like you agree with what he's saying.
To a certain part, because still what he's really saying is there's no purpose before you're born. You just born, and then
You have to find the purpose. You define your life. You find it.
There's a purpose before you're born. Then you're born. Then you have to find it. So purpose, existence, essence, existence, and then find essence.
Okay.
Because you can't define yourself if you don't know yourself.
And that's what they're saying. I mean, you can't. If you don't define yourself, how would you know? You don't know yourself. You have to define it. So that's why the existence precedes essence. Is with it. But, okay.
Like I said, the only thing he left out is the fact that
before existence, there has to be essence.
There has to be essence.
Existence. And
then you find essence.
Okay. And that's all? We're finished? Okay, that sums up my existentialism is a humanism. And thank you, Mr. George Cook.